Let's go back to this. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so, I don't care what your religious title is, all that do so are abomination to the Lord thy God. I know this is not popular. I know that. But what do you do with that? If I'm to be an honest preacher, what do I do with these verses in Isaiah 47? What do I do with the verse in Deuteronomy 22? Do I say, well, God, you know, nobody's going to pay attention to that. Nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody's going to do that. God, let's just stay on love and mercy and being kind. Well, we do that on the other services, and we do that when we go out soul winning. We do that when we meet people, tell them about Jesus loving them and dying for their sins. I don't go out in the streets and preach this kind of stuff, but I'm preaching to you because you're in God's house this morning, and you need to hear what's going on, comparing what's going on in Hellywood, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm no fan of Harvey. Don't misunderstand me. The only reason I know about Harvey Weinstein is because I've been listening to Michael Savage on the radio for 5 or 10 years. Otherwise, I wouldn't know who the guy was. I don't care who you are. If you don't scream and yell and fight back, you're lying. Let me repeat that. If someone's coming up to you, ladies, and they're going to try to use you the wrong way, you're not married to them, and it's an unwanted advance, you take out whatever you can and you throw it at them, you hit them, you shoot them, you do whatever you can to protect yourself. Otherwise, it's consensual. It's consensual. That's why lesbians are growing in numbers today, because they don't want a real man. Deuteronomy 22, verse number 22. Here we go. You ready? If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. You know what? You know what you do with adulteresses and adulterers? You don't put them in jail. You know what you do with rapists? You don't put them in jail. The Bible says to kill them. If somebody rapes somebody, the Bible punishment is death, not putting them in jail. But the same Hellywood crowd, they're against the death penalty. Well, isn't that hypocritical? They say that they're against rape, but Roman Polanski's out walking around free. Or Cosby or anybody, I don't know who they're claiming was raping people. You don't put a rapist in jail. The Bible says you kill them. You don't put murderers in jail. The Bible says you kill them. That's what the Bible says. You stone them. We have a lot less problems in Hellywood if we did that, what God said. We wouldn't have that filth coming out of Hellywood anymore, amen? There would be like 5% of the crowd would be there left. Let's keep reading here. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. Watch this, please underline this. I have it underlined in my Bible. The damsel, watch this, because she cried not, being in the city. And the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. If she didn't cry out at that time, she's as complicit as the man is, ladies and gentlemen. They mutually consented to whatever they're doing. Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, she's engaged, and the man force her, that's like rape, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. Here's the reason why. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel what? Cried. Doesn't mean weep. It means yelled. She cried out. She fought. She yelled. So there's no sin in her. So the man ought to be put to death, not the woman. That's what it says. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So it wasn't her fault. By the way, that's why it's good for women to go 2 and 3 together, amen? I'm just telling you. Well, that's not fair. Well, welcome to life, ladies and gentlemen. Life is not fair. If you want to walk by yourself 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, then I suggest you go get a pistol permit, amen? It's not complicated. It's not complicated. But Hellywood tells you guns are bad. Okay. You believe that nonsense. You believe that nonsense. Some criminal, rapist, murderer coming to your house 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to rely on Harvey Weinstein. Oh, guns are bad. I don't want to harm this intruder who's going to come and rape my wife or my girls and possibly murder us. So let's have a prayer party together here. Can I lay my hand on you and pray for you, please? You've been watching too much Hellywood movies. The same thing is found in Leviticus 20, verses 7 to 27. They're out late by themselves. They're asking for it. It is not rape if she's not fighting and screaming. So Michael Tyson gets convicted of raping an 18-year-old girl because she was in his motel room by herself 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hello? Champion of the world, fighter, boxer, built like a bull, is in a motel room 2 o'clock in the morning with a teenage girl, 18 years old. Oh, she's just in there to play chess? Have a prayer meeting? Okay. You ought to take your shoe off and hit him in the face. But they're dressing like whores and harlots. They're acting like whores and harlots. They're living like whores and harlots. They're fornicating, they're divorcing, they're exchanging, they're swapping, and they're making millions and tens of millions of dollars because too many of God's people are paying to see that filth and supporting these perverts on the next film that they're making. It's sick. My Bible says in 1 Timothy 6:10, the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's what they want. They love money.